It's time. We love our Tuesdays because we get to spend time with some really wonderful women. NunSense is on the air.
And today, Sister Christina Marie Neuman from the St. Francis Retreat Center in Hankinson, North Dakota. We're so glad to have you back, Sister, and to talk about one of my favorite people, and I know that it's a favorite person of many, many Catholics, all of our, just our listeners, but all around the world. We're going to talk about St. Clare today.
Yes. Happy day after the feast day. Actually, today used to be her feast day, August 12th, and at some point it was moved to the 11th, but anyhow, yes.
Well, I think she's just one of those people that are so wonderful that once is not enough. So we'll give her 2 days.
There you go.
Two separated.
Sure.
We'll remember on the 11th and the 12th and keep talking about her, but appropriately so for today, though her feast is now marked for the 11th, it used to be marked for today, August 12th.
I believe so. I mean, I could be mistaken, but I thought that was the case.
Yeah,
So,
it probably depends on where you look, too, and how up-to-date they are.
Yeah. Yesterday is actually the anniversary of my reception as a novice and my first vow, so
Beautiful.
a special day for me. Yeah.
Very special day. Congratulations to you, and thank you so much for your vocation.
And tell us about your connection to St. Clare. Obviously, your religious life is wrapped around that, the rules that you follow wrapped around that, the retreat center that you serve at wrapped around the life of St. Clare. But tell us about some particular things that draw you not only to her, but to the Franciscans as well.
Well, funny story. Shortly after I had told my mom that I thought I was being called to religious life, she happened to go into a religious goods store and was praying, if there's anything I should get, let me know. And like 3 copies of a book about St. Clare fell off the shelf at her feet.
Oh, wow.
Is that right? I love
like,
that.
okay. And so she bought one for me, and that was kind of the beginnings of my journey with St. Clare, and she's been a great friend over the years ever since. From that time to when I entered a Franciscan community, we're not actually Poor Clares, we're from the Third Order Regular, but I was received on her feast day. I got my hair cut when I was received as a novice, like she did. You know, that symbolism is beautiful. Yeah, and she's also the patron saint of communication workers, and I work in communication, so we just have a great connection.
Yeah, we need to pray and invoke her often here.
Yeah.
Now,
She's actually, funny story, she's actually the patroness of television also, and that's because the story goes that she was sick in bed and unable to attend Holy Mass with the rest of the sisters, but by some miraculous event, she was able to hear and see the Mass on her bedroom wall. So that's where that connection with TV and communication workers comes in.
I never heard that before. That's amazing.
yeah, and it's my understanding that the people at EWTN think she was watching an EWTN Mass. It wasn't. It was the Mass that was
It
happening.
must have been back in 1220 or so. It must have been yeah, right.
So many incredible stories about St. Clare. Any one in particular strike you or close to your heart?
Well, I mean, that one's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But also the story about there was an invading army that was trying to sack the city of Assisi, and she came out carrying the ciborium, and they ran away. You know, her devotion to our Lord through the Blessed Sacrament is very beautiful, and it resonates with me also because I also have a strong devotion to the Eucharist. So.
Yeah, I love the depiction in art of her with holding that monstrance, and you see in that famous portrait or picture or icon the determination in her eyes and on her face.
Yeah.
You know, and St. Paul says, imitate me as I imitate Christ, and I certainly strive to do that. But I also have, for the entirety of my walk with Christ, tried to imitate both Francis and Clare as they imitated Christ as well in their very unique way.
Yes, and she really has some beautiful things. If you even look up quotes of St. Clare, some of hers are just lovely about just the spiritual life and looking to Christ, gaze on him, imitate him, something like that. So, yeah.
Boy, so much to learn about her, and thank you for enlightening us. I love those stories. That's just amazing. Again, say congratulations, happy anniversary to you, and happy feast days.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sister Christina. What a wonderful reflection on the beloved, the very highly esteemed St. Clare, and thanks be to God, followed by so many in our church today.